More coverage all new for you tonight on the night team and happening tonight. The Kentucky governor sending a message to America in a speech that's supposed to be about where he wants to spend your tax dollars, the state of the Commonwealth. With so much talk about a possible presidential run in his future, this speech stood out tonight. WHAS 11 political reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez and photojournalist Aspen Hester report from the Kentucky History Center in Frankfort, where Abraham Lincoln's pocket watch sits just around the corner.
Well, it was Governor Beshear's State of the Commonwealth, but it was the words American Dream that the governor mentioned more than any other, some 20, 30 times throughout his speech. And there was a little tidbit there, a little message that he gave, possibly a hint at his political future.
This is my 7th State of the Commonwealth and my last budget address in this job.
Governor Andy Beshear was not just talking to Kentuckians in his annual state address from Frankfort. He says he was speaking to the American people, too.
As leaders, we have a responsibility to reignite and refuel the American dream. For the sake of future generations, it must burn bright in the minds of our people.
Beshear, who some consider a potential 2028 presidential candidate, leaned into the national theme.
But with the challenge of tariffs, national uncertainty, and more, life's going to be a little tougher than in the past. Without action, Kentuckians are going to suffer.
The speech was also Beshear's pitch to Kentucky lawmakers. He pushed for major investments in pre-K for all 4-year-olds, housing, and a $125 million fund for rural Kentucky hospitals as they deal with federal cuts to Medicaid.
We simply cannot allow our rural hospitals to close, and we cannot accept a future where a Kentucky woman must travel several hours just to give birth.
Of all Beshear's ideas, Republican Kentucky Senator Philip Wheeler appeared most open to the rural hospital funding.
Clearly, we want to make sure that our rural hospitals have the stability and the funds necessary to continue serving their local communities.
Something the governor did not mention was his signature economic achievement, the Blue Oval SK battery plant in Glendale, choosing to end operations in December, just months after getting started. Kentucky Senate President Robert Stivers, a Republican, is not happy about that.
That's now become the biggest boondoggle of economic recruitment in the state's history.
To close his address, Beshear gave a nod to former President Abraham Lincoln, born in LaRue County.
And like Lincoln all those years ago, Kentucky can lead the way out of the darkness and into the light. It's our job. It's our duty, and we cannot leave a broken country to our children.
The governor is heavily leaning into his vision of a revived American dream, with questions about his political future ramping up by the month. In Frankfort, Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11 on your side.
Kentucky's House Speaker and Senate President releasing a joint statement responding to Governor Beshear's speech tonight, saying in part, quote, Kentucky is well positioned because of the sound, fiscally responsible policies enacted by Republican supermajorities, often overriding gubernatorial vetoes to do so.